the sacrum. Everything I go through is axial skeleton. 80 out of the 100, out of the 206 bones that we have. So this is the cranium. Cranium is made up of the frontal bone, the two parietal bones, and the occipital bone. And right here is the temporal bone. Well, we know those. We've done those. But when I open them up, I can see the other two bones of the skull. This bone here and here. This is the sphenoid, S-P-H-E-N-O-I-D. It's a sphenoid bone. It's the only bone in the skull that touches all the other bones. Can you see the great big wings right here? Mm-hmm. This is called the greater wings of the sphenoid. Can you see the little wings right here? So this is the greater wings of the sphenoid. This is the lesser wings of the sphenoid.
The lesser wings are where now?
Right there.
It's just those. And then these?
That's a greater wing. Now there's a little suture line that goes right across there. And that tells you I'm crossing from the sphenoid to the frontal or the ethmoid. Okay? Anytime you see a suture, I'm moving from one bone to another. Right here is a little saddle. Okay? That saddle is called the sella turcica. It means the Turk saddle. And when we do the endocrine system, you'll find out that the pituitary rides right there. Okay? So pituitary rides right there in the sella turcica. And when it does, we call it the apophyseal fossa. But right now we're going to call it the sella turcica. And that's the parts that you need to know of the sphenoid. And remember that it's the only one that touches all the other bones. Then I go forward, right here.
How do you spell that saddle?
Sella, S-E-L-L-A, turcica, T-U-R-C-I-C-A. Right here, there's a little bone sticking up. See it right there? That's called the crista galli. Crista galli, or crista galli, means the rooster comb. Sticks up like a rooster. There's actually a ligament that goes from the frontal lobe and attaches right there to keep the brain from sloshing around all over the place. So, if you look on each side of the crista galli, see the little plate on each side that has all the little holes in it? Now those holes really are there because the first cranial nerve sits right there on each side. And when we breathe, when we smell stuff, it goes up through the nose, through those little holes to the first cranial nerve, and that's our sense of smell. There's four other bones that belong to the ethmoid. If you look them in the nose, see that bone right there going straight up and down? See the bone going straight up and down? That's the perpendicular plate of the ethmoid bone. See it?
It's a zygomatic bone.
That's the perpendicular plate of the ethmoid. Then we look inside the nose. See that little bone sticking out on the side? Now, it shows those two, and there's two more higher that we can't see because they're so high. That is this one that I'm touching is the middle concha of the ethmoid bone. But if I move down here, and I listed, these are all the facial bones, this one would be listed because it's a separate bone. This one is the inferior concha. And what it does is when we breathe, it makes the air swirl around so that it can get moist and warm, so we breathe moist, warm air. These are the openings that we need to know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Foramen magnum, it means big hole. Foramen magnum, largest opening in the human body. The jugular notch. The internal acoustic canal. I jump over the bone. Right there is the carotid canal. And then I go to this one that looks oval, and that's the foramen ovale. So I go foramen magnum, jugular foramen, internal acoustic canal, Jump over, right there's the carotid canal.
I'm pretty sure I forgot it.
And then I go to the oval one, and that's the foramen ovale. That's the ones you need to know back here.
Yeah, you can.
When I look him in the face, look right there inside of his eye socket. Eye socket is called the orbit of the eye. And you got that little perfectly round hole there, see it? That little perfectly round hole is called the optic canal. The optic nerve goes through there. If you look over here, there's a great big crack above and below my finger, see it? It's a great big crack above and below my finger. That great big crack above and below my finger, the one above is the superior orbital fissure. The one below is the inferior orbital
I see the
fissure.
one below. Where's the one above?
Right there. There's the one above. There's the one below.
Alright, cool.
Yeah. Right here is the infraorbital foramen. Blood vessels and nerves go through there. Right here is the supraorbital notch. All you have to do is rub right there and you'll feel that notch. Now, every once in a while, somebody will rub and they don't have the notch. What they have is they have a foramen. It's closed. Nerves and blood vessels go through there. Find yours? Some people have a pretty good side one, other people have a little teeny tiny one. Okay. Did you find yours, Abigail? Did you find yours? Find yours, Rose?
It might be the dent from soccer, though. I can't tell.
Right there.
I have it, Charlie.
I think I have one too.
Okay? So that's a supra. That's because you feel it too far in.
Be careful not to smudge your eyebrows.
Oh yeah, no.
Take off your glasses. Well, yeah, you got a great one right there.
You got a great one.
You got a wide open. So there's the supraorbital notch. Blood vessels and nerves go through there. So we did the greater wings of the sphenoid. We did the lesser wings of the sphenoid. We did the sella turcica. We did the Christa galli and the cribriform plate. We did the perpendicular plate of the ethmoid. We did the middle concha and the inferior concha. You see this bone right here going straight back? That's the vomer. You notice it doesn't really have a nose sticking out like we do.